Hello everybody, welcome to my channel for a new music production tutorial, and in today's video I will show you how I master my tracks. For this tutorial I will use my track Manipulation. It's one of my latest tracks. So I already loaded my mixdown in my DAW. Today I will use Logic Pro. So on my master channel I put a spectrum analyzer, I have a stereo imager, I have a wave observer just to show you what my handlings are doing to the shape of the wave. I have of course a level meter, and I will use the one with the peak and the RMS. I loaded also a gain so that I can listen to my mix or to my master in mono stereo, so I can switch from both. And then of course I will use a limiter, but that will be at the end of the chain. So I took one of the loudest parts of my master, and let's start. Okay, the first thing I will do is I will duplicate my track, and this one I will call sides. Then I will group them again, and I will call this one master. Okay, I will put my side channel at -10. You see that I have still a lot of headroom. I have still about 8 dB of headroom for my mastering, so that's perfect. Okay, first I will take care of my side channel. I will load a compressor with a ratio of 2.1, a fast attack, a slow release, and I will aim for 2 at 3 dB gain reduction. Okay, after that I like to use the one knob brighter just to make it a little bit open, a little bit brighter, like the name just says it. Okay, and now let's take a look at the stereo image. The gray part here is the stereo field, but I will need to expand it a little bit more because I think it's still too mono for me. So what I will use the Melda stereo spread. You can already see that it expands stereo fields. Let's make it a little bit wider. You can also see here at the correlation meter the difference. If I open it completely, look at the correlation meter. That's too much, of course. A little bit more spread. Okay, and what I will do after that, I will take care of my low end. So I will load an EQ that I will put on the sides, then I will roll it off at 150. And I will expand a little bit more in the mid region, like this. Good. So what I will also do on my side channel, I will automate the volume in the parts where there is no kick, so that the compressor can pump a little bit more. Okay, so I did the volume automation on my side channel. Now we're going to go back to the main, to the master like I called it, and the first thing I will do, I will put an EQ on it, and I will put at 50. I will try it 1 dB, and here I put one at 8000, also plus 1 dB, just to check. Okay, that's perfect. That's just to start. So next thing I will do, I will also use a compressor, but this time only to take care of the small peaks. So again, 2.1, fast attack, slower release. And there I will aim for 1 or 2 dB of gain reduction. Okay, that's for the small peaks. So next thing I will try to load a saturator just to see if it's needed or not. But when I look at my waves, I see that's already there are not a lot of big peaks, so maybe I can take care of the small peaks that you see here, so that later on I can push it more in my limiter. But I don't know if it's really needed, so I will try and I'll see what I think. So if you want the preset of this Saturn figures, then you need to take a look at my previous video where I explain you exactly how to set it up. In the meantime, I will take a look at my crest factor. And the crest factor is really important because it's just quickly, the crest factor is the amplitude, the peak amplitude divided by the RMS value. And to have a good crest factor in your mastering in electronic music, you should be between 6 and 8, 9 crest factor. And in combination with an LFUS of -7 to -9. So what you see here, you have the crest factor on the left side and the crest factor on the right side. If I take an average of this, I have the crest factor of my track. So I will take a look at the moment what the crest factor is. So the average should be, I think, 5.6, something like this. So it's okay, but we will need to take a look at that because I will need to have a good crest factor at the end of this mastering, so I will come back later on that topic. So now the next thing I do is I will load multiband compressor, also from FabFilter. I put a band at around 70, so ratio 2.1, knee I'll put him on 6, the range on -3, or a fast attack and a slow release. There also I will aim for 2 at 3 dB gain reduction, just to control my low end. Okay, then I would put another one at 250, ratio 2.1, a knee of 6 and a range of -3. There I will leave the attack and the release like it's on default. Okay, then here I will put it on 2000. Again, knee 6, the range -3. There I will take a ratio from 2 to 1. Also a fast attack. Fast attack, sorry. And a slower release. Maybe I'll put a little bit more. Okay, and then here I put one at 7000. So I've done, so what I like to do most of the time on my master is some EQ, some compression, some saturation, and then again a multiband compression, and then after that I will put another EQ, and I like to put him at 25. Add a little more in the subs. Now one at 16,500. A little bit more highs. And now what I will do here is look for resonating frequencies. Or disturbing frequencies. Okay, when I have all my frequencies, I will select them all, and then I will put it on dynamic and about -3 dB. So now I think it's ready to be pushed into the limiter, but just before that I will first put a clipper, so you will see what the difference is when I use a clipper and push it into the limiter. So I use the buzz cut, by the way it's a free one. Okay, and then I will open my limiter. So that's without the clipper. You see there are some small peaks, but if I use the clipper to cut up the peaks already, see that's already cleaner to push into the limiter. Okay, now I will reset my span just to see what the crest factor is at this moment without pushing it into the limiter. Okay, it's about 5.5, so it's 5.3 plus 6 divided by 2, so it's about 5.5 the crest factor. Now we'll push it into the limiter, and I will aim for -7 to -9 LFUS. So I'll reset again. Okay, so my crest factor now is 5.3 plus 6. That's 11.3 divided by 2. It's about 5.5, almost 6. Okay, now I think it's okay. My crest factor is almost similar at the right and at the left side. It's almost 5.5, 6. So normally that should be okay. So, and my LFUS are about -9. So maybe I can push it a little bit more. Not as much as the previous time. Okay, about -8. Now my crest factor is still under 6, so that means one thing, that probably my track is too much compressed. So what I will do, I will go back to my compressors and I will take a look at this while looking at the crest factor at the same time. So now I will check my whole track. So I will check my crest factor, my RMS, and my LFUS. What I'm aiming is about between -7 and -9 RMS, and the crest factor are about between 6 and 9. So I will listen. I will not show you the whole track. I will just show you the result afterwards. Okay, so I listened to the whole track, and my crest factor has 7.2 at the left and 8.2 at the right, which is an average of 7.7. So that's perfectly between the 7 and the 9. That's what I was aiming for. My RMS is also 7.9 at both sides, and then I have a peak of minus 0.2, and my FUS were something like 7.5 also. So I think my track is mastered at the level that I was aiming for. I think I'm okay with the result. So please let me know in the comment what you think of this tutorial, and if you need some new tutorials about new topics, please comment me in a section here below. And I thank you for watching my channel, and I see you next time.
What you see